Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Made It. Y'all already know. Good vibes, healing energy to everybody out there. I just wanted to. It's Monday. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to talk to you guys. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of things to break down, and I got some jewels to just drop on you guys. Some you can take along the way when this is all over. Before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Inspired by Dreams clothing. Inspired by Dreams shop is where you can find the latest drip. You know, I got the Inspired by Dreams on right now. And yeah, so we just gonna get this thing started, man. Over the weekend, had a lot of things going on. I dropped a new animation. I want you guys to go check that out after this is all over. The name of this animation is it's about a girl named Jasmine, and it's just so deep, you guys. So I want you guys to just tune into that later on after we get through talking about what we got to talk about. But I wanted to first start this off with rest in peace to over the weekend we heard Sunday, Julio Foolio had got shot in Tampa, Florida, and there's a whole lot we gotta break down about this whole situation. But I just want to start by saying rest in peace, man. These kids out here are there at 26 years old celebrating your birthday. My goodness, I mean, their lives are being cut so short nowadays that it's scary and it's serious all at the same time. So just some things that I've been hearing about over the weekend, hearing about this whole situation. Now, I don't listen to his music, but I definitely came across him a time again, as you know, social media throws a lot of things in your face, and he has came across the in on Instagram or one of these platforms, and I've seen him before. And one thing that always hovers above his head that I always remember about this guy, that he had a lot of beef and a lot of outside friction going on, as well as him making music and hip hop. So I don't know too much because I don't like to follow, because you know, even following this back and forth, this drama and these wars that's going on in the streets, you become part of it. And if you just an onlooker, it's like, what are you even doing if you're not even trying to help the problem? So usually the time I pop up is when this thing, you know, when it gets all out of hand. So just to talk on this whole shooting, so many different things was done wrong. And you know, I'm gonna be totally honest in this live. When I say this, I mean it. If you have ops, if you have people or enemies, people that want to harm you because of things you've said in the past or things you've done to people, you cannot have fun your way in these times. You have to prioritize your life. If you want to live a street life, you cannot live a life as a regular civilian. And what happens is in these times, it gets tiring for these people to live their life just watching their back all the time. And sometimes people want to feel like they want to be a regular person and just go out there and just live their life. But when you do harm to people, you can't just go out there and live your life the same. And this is what I've been talking about the whole time. You know, it's just sad what happened to him. And I'm watching the video, and as it's playing, I'm seeing that you know, he was on his live a lot. He was on his Instagram live, or I don't know if it's YouTube live. He was on his live a lot, showing people his location and telling people to come down to this party and this pool party. Everybody's there. But what I did notice is a couple things that I noticed about this whole situation. One of the things is the people that was around him, he didn't really know him like that. And you could just tell by the energy and the people that was around him, he didn't really know those people like that. There was a couple suspicious people in that whole live, and just wanting to break out and just trying to go back to that regular person, it's going to be hard if you're putting yourself in these street activities and doing this. Your life is it's changed from that point. And a lot of the youth, they don't understand that once you get into that street life, because I've heard a lot of disrespectful things about him, how, you know, he have did things to other people that have passed away and spoke about people. And these are the things that we've been talking about. It's more than just drill music. It's kind of like it's the person that's pushing this stuff out. And yeah, you gain attention, but it puts this energy around you that it just leads to people wanting to get revenge, and you being the target. So this whole, you know, it doesn't have to be like this in hip hop, that every other week or every other day we're hearing another rapper get killed from the same situations. This is more than now just being just the music. The music is the backdrop of this all, but it all depends on the person and what are your goals? Like, are you in this? Are you coming into hip hop just to funnel your violence? Are you coming to hip hop to change your life and make a difference? A lot of people don't want to separate those two, and it's sad that how I've if y'all really notice this whole situation, a lot of people are celebrating because of this. A lot of people hated him, and that's the energy that he built around himself because of the things that he said. So it's like, it's almost like people are like, when he passed, a lot of people were saying like, oh, I knew he was gonna pass because of this and because of that. And these are the things that probably haunted him nights before and days before this even happened. Things like that, just knowing that he's gonna pass away, or just knowing that somebody out there is out to get him at any moment in time. And what happens is in this whole situation, that I also tell you guys about, is the alcohol. Even he said it in the live video how he doesn't drink that much, but he was drinking. Everybody around there is drinking, and he's drunk. When I seen a video where Whack 100, he was talking about. He said it the best. He was talking about just people just being high all the time and just being drunk and out of their mind. That's a smart man. He knows that, because you have to have a sober mind to even, if you're in a situation where you have ops and people after you, you have to keep a sober mind. Having a celebrating mind where you drinking and stuff like that, those were people that celebrate in their life. You're not celebrating your life. You're protecting your life. You have to keep a clear mind and a clear mindset if you're going to be out there. You can never go back. If you harm somebody or you do something to somebody else's family or somebody else get killed and you're making fun of them, you just got to understand that that energy is always going to stay with you. People are always going to try to get you. We're living in the times of how you treat people and what you do to people determines your life. It determines your enemy. It determines if you're gonna be a target or if you're gonna or how you're gonna survive in these times. They're not getting it. What's up, y'all? People, they're really not getting it. They're just going out there and they're just taking a blind sense of walking in the streets and just doing and walking how they feel, hide up, and just because weed might be legal and they're just doing whatever. That's gonna get you in an early coffin. It's gonna get you in the early coffin. So many over the weekend there was so many gatherings that people got shot and stabbed. It's sad out here. It's sad out here. We can't skip past these facts and just want to go straight to let's communicate. We can't even trust each other. If we can't trust each other, how do you think we feel? Everybody's on eggshells. I told you guys how this is going to turn out. It's not going to turn out well when everybody, and you seeing more and more good people just wanting to get a firearm or a gun license because of this, because fear is in the air. People are being uncomfortable with the things the places they're living, because we're seeing it's not just about it's happening in low income areas. It's happening all around the world in rich neighborhoods. So many people moving out of LA mansions and things like that, moving in other places because they're seeing more break-ins, they're seeing more people in their business, they're seeing more robberies, and behind all this stuff, death comes. So where are we planning to take this? Where the energy right now is more like survival and revenge energy. That's not how we gonna get things together. We can't put something together and make it work like that. We can't. I was so also not jumping off a note, but did y'all hear about Polo G's mom? She was shooting at her own daughter. That's how many guns are out here. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is it? What are you telling? What are you saying to me? Like, you mean that Polo G's mom was shooting at her own daughter? This it's just really like it starts at home, like I always say, and parents have to get trained on parenting too in these times. I'm seeing that parents, the mistakes that they're making are detrimental to their kids, because it's almost like everybody has this freedom thinking, and that's not how you're supposed to at least have a little structure to what you're doing. Now she's shooting at her own daughter. You think that's not trauma that she's dishing off to her daughter? Or come on, you could just tell the whole household and everybody's not thinking on a scale where it's healthy. People have mental issues and they're just living their life through it. Living their life through stress, living their life through these things where they can fix, but they're so comfortable in this hurt. We got to get out that hurt. I say we because we all have a little hurt that we got. A hurt is equals a hurdle. They sound alike because they both have that same kind of energy. It's something you just got to get over and just step to the next thing, step to the next challenge. Because if you don't, then what happens is you just stay standing in front of the thing that's gonna keep you there. It's not gonna move. You're not gonna just be invisible and walk through it. You gotta get around it, get over it. So these are the things that when I'm seeing, like, and it's sad that every week is always a rap. I told you the rappers is gonna get bigger and bigger because they're becoming the targets. They're the ones that's pushing the money on the social media, and I got this, I got that, and so got this, so got that. Now the kids look up to that, and they want that, feeling like that's everything, and it's really not. A lot of people are losing their life over clothes. I've seen people lose their life over just silly arguments, and it all leads back to the mental health. People are hurt out here, man. People are hurt. And then you see hip hop is not real. Hip hop is like it feeds the devil. It feeds the fuel that's gonna lead you to go out there and make that mistake. Because hip hop feeds you that everything is all good when it ain't. It really ain't all good. You can come back and splurt money here and there in your community, but is it gonna help, or is it gonna just make that one individual or two individuals go put themselves in a place where they get hurt in their own community? You have to watch what you're doing and have some kind of structure or plan in place where you're gonna actually help the community, not just say you are. There's a lot of fake stuff going on, man. That's why things are coming to the light right now. Don't y'all feel that fake energy that be out there? Like, 1 minute they talking about this, 1 minute they talking about that, and they trying to erase this. But all of these situations, they all have one thing in common: mental health, and just people trying to overpower or do somebody wrong or scam somebody out of something. Money, greed. Love y'all. If y'all in here right now, please like this video up. Like it up, like it up. We gotta get this around. Um, yeah, man, it's just so many things that just it comes across my mind, like, why do people think like this? Why do people go out there and do these type of things when they know the results of it? And now I get it. Because they want you to be hurt too. That's it. Did y'all hear about Jetflix? So there was this site, right? It's called Jetflix. It's not Netflix. It was like some copy off of Netflix. But the thing that about this site, Jetflix, it had the most movies, more than any other website or any other platform out there on one, and they were all stolen. So Jetflix were going through this like financial war with, and they're in court because they try to turn the website into some, like, when people went looking after, they try to turn it into like some aviation or some like airplane website when they knew they was, selling illegal movies. Man, these people are 48 years in prison. Was it worth it? Yeah, they made all types of millions of dollars because people went over to watch these free movies and movies that were stolen and things that they would have to pay for. But now they each one of those owners that, made the Jetflix facing up to like 48 years in prison. It's not worth it. Time is the most precious thing and most priceless thing on earth right now. Time and energy, because at the end of the day, you can have the most money in the world, but if you're not happy inside and you're not feeling like you're loved, or you're not feeling like your people around you are loving on you or trust you, you're gonna feel empty and hopeless. It's sad. I'm telling you, people are waking up just living like a zombie life, just going into the world and just taking hit by hit by hit and just walking into it and just right back in the house. It's like a cycle. Get out of that. The more you start loving on yourself, you won't let nobody else treat you no certain way. That's why these relationships can't last in the industry and entertainment. Because everybody's sleeping with everybody and nobody can trust anybody. So once you see everybody sleeping with everybody, you know that people are not going to respect your relationship. They're going to try to intervene. If you let people in your house, everybody's going to feel welcome to walk in with their shoes on. And that's just how love works in the entertainment business. So you bring somebody to the table, and you don't even have a strong bond with that person. Now you bring somebody there, and somebody else tries to sleep with them, and then that person tries to sleep with them. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense. And after a while, it just, what does it turn into? Hurt and hate. That's why these relationships don't work. You wanna form a bond with somebody. For the first thing you gotta do is form a bond with yourself. Know who you are and what type of person you're presenting, and then somebody can say, you know what, I can love that person. But if you're just going out there and just like, yo, this is what it is, you ain't got no plan in place, you ain't got nothing going for yourself, and you just out here just want to sleep with somebody. Well, look, man, you got to get out that high school mentality and get your life together, man. Because after a while, all that stuff, it leads to hurt. It's hard enough to trust a whole bunch of people, and then you're gonna, the person that's you sleeping with and the person that's next to you, you mean to tell me you can't trust them either? You know how hurtful that is? You can't even trust the people in your own household. So things are all out of whack right now. People are trying to find their true selves and trying to find a place where they feel comforted and safe with just being them who they are. That's what it's all about right now. It's not about how much money you have or who has the fastest car, because all of that stuff could be stripped away. At the end of the day, you being who you and God, who God put you on this earth to be, is gonna make you make it through this. You see this heat wave? Get used to it. We don't know how the temperature is for us tomorrow and the days to come. We might be in the summertime for years to come. We don't know what is going on, but you survived it, right? So take heed in that and try to survive every situation that you go through. Come on now. The people that you thought one time was smart, they ain't smart, are they? No. They just manipulated you to think that they were smart, or to think that they got to these positions some way, somehow, some other way. But it's not like that. In the industry, a lot of people earn their positions from knowing somebody, not knowing something. There's a difference in that. The more you learn, the more you will lower your chances of being scammed, being hurt, and just putting yourself out there like you just some zombie on any type of drugs and you high every day. Cause that ain't even gonna make you good in bed. So you want to be this lover, but you can't match up to all the stuff that it's really about. A lot of people end up faking it. What can I tell you, man? People get caught up like that. People get caught up every single day by thinking somebody is somebody that they're not. Broken trust, just bad energy. A lot of fake energy out there, man. I can never put out no fake energy. I tell you how I feel, and from the heart. That's it. If you don't like it, that's all I got for you. Eat my grapes. What's good, y'all? Where y'all tuning in from? It's early morning in the NYC. The weather's beautiful. Today's gonna be like the coolest day though. I heard it's supposed to be like 83 degrees or something like that. So I'm just chilling. Trying to make the best of the day, do some designs. I got a lot of new stuff up on the site though. You guys gotta check it out. I put some new hats up there. I got a new trucker hat up there, a new Dreams World hoodie, as well as some t-shirts to match that hoodie. So I always put them like in little collections. So I got a few things up there that's really dope that you guys can add to your collection. But it's just these little small things I just want to inform you guys about, because people are out here faking it, and a lot of people every single day are losing themselves to things that's not even worth it, man. I see it all day. It's not, you don't have to have the most money to have the best life. That's just, I can't believe whoever came up with that. That was one of the biggest tricks of all time, man. That you have to have a certain amount of money to enjoy yourself. No, don't you know? Remember, the happiest times of your life probably didn't have as much money as you have now. And people don't realize that because they're just caught on this social media. Social media makes you wear an outfit one time. I'm not with all of that. I don't go for that. You're not gonna put me on your timeline or dress me the way you want. That's the reason why on YouTube right now, the whole outlook of YouTube has changed. YouTube is not really more about you bringing your skills to YouTube. No, YouTube is like a funnel because of the algorithm is being controlled. YouTube is more kind of like let people know who you are as a person, and from that point on, letting them know who you are as a person, they'll get to know what you do, and they'll build from that whatever they want, whatever you're presenting yourself to be. It's not like you could come on here and just start making things, and you're just gonna be put on a algorithm being recommended, because it's like that will never happen. It's sad, but at the end of the day, YouTube is more turning into a place where it's a big business right now, man. It's a really big business. So you got to find yourself in what you're doing. So the reason why I'm a fashion designer, but I'm still dropping jewels for you guys, is because it helps my brand grow, and that's the reason why people check me out here and they check what what I'm making, and that's how my brand grows little by little. But I see a lot of people out here like they're just racing for this instant gratification, and it never works out good. It never works out good. First of all, just throwing your product on somebody's back in these times is not the safest thing to do, because you never know if that person is going to really represent you. I like to see people that's interested in my brand and people that really like the designs that I make and the things, how I go about things. And those are the people that I like to tend to. But it is a big market, and if you're like even Nike and the biggest of brands, they use marketing at the highest of points. So you have to include marketing when it comes to your brand or whatever you're doing. So you got to stay on top of things, and running a brand is not the easiest thing. So that's the reason why I connect with people online. But I don't like to tell people, oh, just come on YouTube and just bring your passion and this and that, because as you guys can see how YouTube goes, it's a communication based platform, and it's for people to communicate and let people know what they do and the things they do. And from that point on, you can take it from wherever. You can take them to your website or wherever or whatever you got going. But that's what YouTube has turned into. So don't let anybody just come on here and tell you can just do anything you want to do, because the algorithm is controlled. And that's no lie. It's the honest truth. Maybe things might change in the future, because things are always changing. So you never know where this thing is gonna go. But yeah, that's the reason why. I heard something too that like PnB Rock. I heard like something like they was comparing like the PnB Rock situation and him getting robbed and killed. I just felt like those are two different things, and the one reason I say that is PnB Rock and Julio Foolio are two different people. PnB Rock wasn't a demon. That's number one. PnB Rock got robbed in a place from making a bad decision of going in an area where it was low income, and he was most likely going to get into some kind of criminal activity. He was just trying to be there to say like a landmark himself. In these times with social media, people want to show where they've been and places they've been. So he was at the Waffle House, which was the wrong. I believe it was. I believe it was. Don't get me wrong on the place he got killed at, but I believe it was the Waffle House or something like that. And he went to the wrong one, and that happened to him. Now, when it comes to Julio Foolio, from what I'm hearing is he got people hurt in the past, and he's been doing this gang thing for a while now. And even though he's still at an early age, he's been doing this for years, and going, I guess, having ops and all types of things. So he was on demon time. So it's different when I feel like they say demons die so more angels could live, because I came up with that because I just thought to myself, the more bad people on this earth that don't change themselves, these are always the results that come with this type of lifestyle. It's the lifestyle that sucks you in and just makes you feel like, this can't happen to me, or maybe, I can get past this. But to tell you the truth, it feels like when you're in that lifestyle, I feel like there probably was many points of him thinking, I want to get out of this. I don't want people to be after me like this. But once you're in it and you've done talk about people's family members that passed, or it's hard to tell people, I'm over this, when their family has to live with that hurt. That's the reason why when you hurt someone, you can never. It's just like if you take somebody's life out here, you can never live your life the same. When you take somebody's life, you sacrifice your life, regardless of how you look at it, because somebody somewhere else is holding this type of hurt for you, and in any situation, anything can happen to you, or somebody can hold this karma, and it always happens the same way. So when you go out there and you do something or shoot somebody and hurt somebody, you already sacrificed yourself to be harmed in the future. And that's how it goes. That's just how life works. It's the cycle of life. It's just the round table when you really sit it down and you think about everything that happens in life and why these things happen. It's usually because of these situations. So try to avoid that as a youth. You know, even if the parents out there, it's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm gonna learn more about parenting. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with learning something new or something that can add on to, you know, your skills at the household. Because a lot of parents don't know how to speak to their kids. And sometimes you just gotta, you know, sit down with them and try to find a different side than you guys, you know, normally, um, you know, talk to each other on. And then you can kind of find like different things and learn different things about your kids. Because to be honest with you, as I'm older, I could say my parents don't know too much about me like maybe some other people might know. It's just because it's just like an old school way. When you get a certain age, it's up to you. But in these times, you're raising step by steps your kid by what's going on in society as well. And society is raising your kid at the same time while you are raising them, because you're raising them at home and society is raising them outside. And social media is the watch over all of this, because inside and outside social media is being used on a daily. So you already know what you're up against. You already know your challenge as a parent. And you have to meet that. You can't sit back and just let your kids go out there or just become victims of violence. You have to at least keep them with their, you know, on alert of when this happens, or if you hear somebody shooting or somebody have a gun in a party, you leave the party or something. You have to give them some kind of jewels of knowing to get away from these areas, because usually the people that we're seeing getting hurt are innocent people or people that was just around enjoying themselves, and stray bullets came and, you know, they happen to get hit. And what happens is after that is that person takes off into the wind. Most likely they're caught on the camera and they get caught, go to jail, but that person is still hurt, or even sometimes in most instances they passed away. It ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. Like, look at a parent. When I just think of parents, I'm thinking like Polo G's mom shot her at her own daughter. How you do that? And then come online and it feels like she felt like coming online, they're gonna champion that. Like I'm some big something. No, to the minority of people, you might feel like you're somebody of don't play with, but to the majority of the world, you're a criminal. You're not just a criminal, but you're also looked at as a bad parent. You can't point a gun at at your own seed and actually shoot the gun and say, you know, it was just warning shots. I mean, my goodness, what are we doing here? This trauma that comes with that loud bang. It's not just always about seeing the situation. If kids, the more kids hear the shots, the more the shots keep getting heard and echo through these streets. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna the shockness and you making you look like this all the time. These are all signs of anxiety. These are all signs of trauma, and people don't understand that the littlest things could spark trauma and anxiety in a person, especially as a kid. As a citizen, as a good person, you shouldn't have to walk the streets and watch your back. That's criminal activity. Criminals are being arrested and put away for years the more technology grows. You got to see that. You got to see what's going on. Look at little Woody in these times. In our times with court, you never thought that. Now when you on court, you on social media for the whole world to see your case. You're not hiding. Everything you say could be used against you. Those are the words that they play with. Those are the words that get people time for the rest of their life. Nobody's gonna tell you how in jail they're not making it. They're not doing too well in there, y'all. For real, they're not really doing too well in there. So people getting locked up all this time, it's making no sense. It's making no sense at all. And not only is the economy getting worse and worse, people are still you still got these bumbling fools, bumbling idiots out there acting like they richer than they actually are. They're not. You're not rich. You're not rich. You have to have a rich mind state to keep that money in your pocket, to keep that money in your bank, to keep that money growing, to keep that money going for years and years and years. If you don't have that, you have a short-term mentality. That money is in somebody else's bank in a few. It's a lot of nonsense being spewed out on online, and people are just following the easy. They're following the easy, you know. If you took a person's cell phone away from them in these times, man, that's 50%, almost 50% of their life you just chopped away. 50%. You just took 50% of their life away. They probably wouldn't even be able to know what to do next. Know where to go, how to get there, who to call, what the number is. They don't know none of that because that's social media taking over your mind. You have to you have to exercise your mind. Learning exercises your mind. It builds you up to figure things out. If you don't have that and you keep stagnated or keep a lazy mind, you'll never be able to figure out anything or come to any conclusion about anything. You'll be one of these guys just talking about nothing. You don't serve nobody any purpose if you come on YouTube and not make anything that you say or put out there a jewel or something that somebody can take with them and actually apply it to their life and do something better with themselves. You on here trying to invite people to some big gathering. In other words, it's just a party you gathering people to for an expensive price to learn nothing. All the information is free. Come on, we know these tricks. There's going to come a time where everybody's going to realize that, wait, hold on, I'm not even making enough to live every day. How am I living? And you're going to realize that, wait, hold on. In some way, somehow, I have to take this life seriously. I can't just go out there just getting hired up and doing whatever I want, because then there's a possibility I could end up in these places where I don't want to be. A lot of people want to be an entrepreneur. A lot of people want to do a lot of things, but if you don't have the trust in the community, you don't have the trust in people to say, you know what, I'm going to buy from you, then you ain't going to make no money. Or you're not going to, not say just make any money, but you're not going to make what you expected to make. You got to build that trust and build it up with the people, and that goes for any lifestyle you're involved in. Anything that you're doing in these times, if there's no trust in it, I'm telling you that it's just not. It's gonna be no good. It's gonna be no good. I hope y'all eating good. I got my grapes here. What up, y'all? Y'all in the NYC? Are y'all in NY? Where y'all from? I don't know how. I just don't know how people think that if you have enemies, you could just live your life the way you want to live your life. That's just not the way it works. It's just not the way it works. If you're gonna be on that criminal time and you want to be on that demon energy, you're gonna have to watch your back 24 hours. I'm telling you. People are gonna be out there to hurt. If you hurt somebody, go out there and harm somebody just out the blue. Are you part of a group of people that harm people, like a gang or something that harm people for no reason? Yeah, that karma is gonna hover over you, man. You're not gonna be able to escape that. You can't escape that. You can't escape that. No matter what you do, you can't escape it. It's because you built this up for yourself. This is something that you put your time into. You spoke about people the way you wanted to. You felt like you was the toughest guy on the planet. You did people dirty. You acted like you was somebody that you was not. And now when the revenge from those people that you stirred up in a place of desperation or in a place where they have to eat or they feel like you're the target, who's to say that you're gonna come out of this thing alive? That's the times we living in, man. That's the times we are living in. Make yourself useful in these times. Be the person out there doing good for people and treating people right and just bringing people together. Because all that other stuff finds people, they're going to be all out, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things going on. People are getting sued. People are all in your bank account, all in your information. Proof is in the pudding, y'all. Word. I seen I just, I seen what you call it. I seen when back 100 was talking about it. He was so right, man. A lot of the youth right now, they're so high that they're not even realizing that the things that they're doing is just, there could be somebody right behind them gonna do something to them, and they're just too drunk or too high to even realize this is what they're just out of it. You got to keep a focused mind, and that focused mindset will keep you from running or messing with these type of people. You have to be drunk and high to stay in these type of places or live this type of lifestyle with these people, because the day you wake up and see and make some sense and see the worth in yourself, you would never want to be part of a group of people that's out there hurting people that can possibly one day land themselves in jails for the rest of their life. You would never want to be part of that. You will run away from that so quick because you have your family and people that love you, and you see your value, and you see this, you can add something or put a scratch in a little mark, leave a little mark in these times, doing something good for somebody instead of going out there and harm them. See, when you harm somebody, you build that type of energy. But do something good for somebody in these times. Try doing that. Try taking that energy with you. Instead, that right there, that breeds good karma. You wake up tomorrow, you do something to somebody good, and next thing you know, your business is growing, and you didn't even know how it happened. You didn't have to put it on the backs of a celebrity. A celebrity came to you out of the blue and said, I like that, and then bought it from you and it took off. You didn't have to run behind them or chase them or do this and that for them. No, you kept it true to yourself. That's what this is really about. It's not about you having to tackle the next person, or take the person down that's in front of you. No, that's demon energy. That's why these people, they can't get nowhere. They swear that they're good as they're the best people to, but they hold these secrets and know these things about people, and they keep their mouth. Yeah, you part of it. You're part of it. You're part of it. You seen destruction and you didn't make a step to do anything about it. Not only is that weak, but it just goes to show that you don't want to stand up for something. So if you don't stand up for something, what? You fall for anything. Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, man. Like, I feel like he's at his party with the phone out, and he's exposing his area. Like, what are you thinking? Like, he thought that his 26th birthday, this was gonna be it. He was gonna put all. You can't put this stuff behind you when you hurt people. You got enemies. You got ops. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? And forget about the music at that point. I feel like even if you got ops that, like, people after you to kill you like that, you're not a rapper. You took the rapper card and you threw it away once you do that, because everybody around you, you put their life in jeopardy. There was three other people that got shot too. They might have could have just been cooling out with him, like, yo, this is Foolio the rapper, or we having a good time. You know how it is for social media. People want to go enjoy themselves, and all of a sudden somebody start clapping at them. And it all comes from the his energy that he breathed up to that point. There was no going back on it. It's demon energy, bro. It's demon energy. And then you're gonna get up there on your phone and tape everything, because the people in his house, them people, they didn't even know him. Like, I mean, not they weren't friends like that. How you celebrating your birthday with people that you don't even know like that? That's how you know your life is just, it's spread out too much. People around you don't even know, and you just sitting up in there, and you gotta. Everybody wants to have a good time and have a great party, but you don't just invite a whole bunch of chicks that you don't know. These people are on social media in these times, taping all around. You don't even know if things was missing from your house, from your the spot. You don't know what's going on. And then you get kicked out of one spot, and now you have to travel over there. So the person probably spoke on the phone like, "Oh, we gotta go over here because we got kicked out of here," and they're like, "Oh, word, that's where y'all gonna be? Okay, cool, we're gonna be right over there, pronto." They on them like hot sauce. He wasn't leaving out. He wasn't leaving out. That's just how it goes, and it's sad because you know how many people in that area got killed. Like Florida is the place for the sticks. Florida is a place where a lot of people are solving their problems with guns. We're seeing this go down. This is not nothing new. We hear the stories. I'm from New York, but I know. I've been to Miami. I know what's going on. So he already knew. He already knew. It's not like he forgot, like he had beef with these other people or he spoke about the dead in the past. He knew all of this. He was intoxicated, boozed up, and that's the reason why that took that off his mind. But just numbing that off your mind, now you off. Now you don't even know what's going on. You forgot about that part now. Now they run down on you. You don't even have the right aim. You can't defend yourself the right way because you're high. Lick it up. How many years is this, bro? How many years is this that he's been going through this like beef? This is a couple years now. This is a couple years now, bro. You got to think about the families that he affected. They were hurt all this time. It's people's moms and family and them people out there expect people, to just go back home and lose the people in their families, and this guy is rapping about it and having a good time and celebrating his next birthday when their kids can't have no birthday to celebrate. But he's celebrating his birthday on social media, and the people that lost their lives behind, they ain't even here to celebrate their birthday. People think about these things. People think about it. We're living in a very revengeful time. You do something to me now, I do something to you later. The minute you walk, I watch. The minute you watch, I duck. It's creepy right now. I'm telling you, man. People are travel hours and hours and hours just to creep on people and slide on people. It's scary out there. You don't want to go out there and offend people and people losing their family members, and you think that it's just you can just celebrate your party like 26th birthday on social media. That's foolish. It's foolish. I can't believe it. It's foolish. He was the fact that he was dissing one of Young Ace's affiliates about dying on his birthday, but he also word. You see that? You see that type of nonsense? He dissing Young Ace's people about dying on his birthday, and now he died on his birthday. You see how karma works? Do you see how karma works? How you dissing somebody? Don't you know, like, people have formed bonds with people. When you take somebody's life and they people's out there and they left, their parents can't do nothing about it, and they got the crew out there, they're going to try to revenge them. They ain't going to let you go along with that, man. You ain't going to be able to take that basketball out the park, man. Nah, you got to stay here, and you got to, once you start that type of, it's like a fire lit. Once you light that fire, it's hard to put that fire out. It's very hard to put that fire out. We've seen that with Bloods and Crips to this day. It's very hard. So when you do something like to somebody, you always got to remember, no, somebody got somebody that loved them. And if I put this type of energy out there, I got to be able to defend this type of energy for the rest of my life. Not, you could be 60, 70 years old and get shot in the back of your head from something you did when you was 20 years old. I'm telling you, it happens. But most likely, they never make it to that point because the energy just gets overwhelming and they start getting scared of themselves. Start looking back everywhere. You just know who's about that action when you see somebody moving like that. You're like, oh, nah, they don't even got it structured. And in between all that, you got to keep strong ties with the people that you came up with. And most likely, just us growing up, I could tell you right now, you're not going to have the same exact friends that you had from the beginning in that big crew that you once had. So now as friends break off, the trust breaks off, and you're in a place by yourself with your pistol. Now you don't want to walk outside with it? You crazy. You crazy. A person is always going to have the one up on you when they hunting you. You can't tell a person when, you don't know when a person is getting hunted. When a person is getting hunted, he's getting hunted. If he might think one day it's all good, but then, it's the day when he just falls off sleep or had too much to drink, and boom, there you go, popped up right there. Come on, man. And for Young and Ace, it's like, I don't know how this beef started. Like, I don't know if this, I don't know. It could have something to do with it, or might not. It just might just be the energy some people just got caught up in the mix going to the same place, but most likely them they know who they shot. Come on now. You think people don't know who they shooting at? No way. People know who they shooting at. And in this incident, they hit 3 people, 4 people actually. He just happened to be the main one they were shooting at. That's the reason why he probably died. They came to finish the job. And it's nasty, it's wicked out there. And now I would say, if I was with the whole young age, don't make the same mistakes. Depending on who started this whole situation, don't go back on there. I'm hearing that somebody did drop a diss track, but this is how it goes though, because that celebration that he put out when somebody else passed, people are willing to celebrate when he passes. So it's this cycle that goes on and on and on. And you can't tell a person, oh, it's like, no, he did that to me. It's a revengeful, like, because if somebody do that to somebody in your family and somebody that you love, your outlook on this whole situation might change. You might want that revenge quicker than you think you might want. Or it might put you in a place where you're just traumatized. You can't go out there. A lot of people, families, they can't go out there for any revenge, and they're just left with that hurt. And not to say that revenge even clears the hurt. The hurt is going to be there with the revenge or not. So if you don't find yourself with God, you're in a lost place. You could go out there and hurt somebody, hurt so many people just trying to get to him. And these are the results. These are the results, man. These are the results, bro. It's messed up. And he go out there, most of the clips I'm seeing from the kid, it's like he didn't even have a care in the world. It's because he knew he was already in this place, bro. He was already stuck. Once you walk in that line, you gotta live a different lifestyle. You can't enjoy yourself like regular people. You can't have gatherings with people because somebody can always slip in the crowd and they can get you. Even the guys in the video that he was talking about in the back, like, this is my brother, this is my brother. That ain't your brother. What are you talking about, your brother? Everybody your brother. You got to live up and talking about how this your brother. That's not your brother. It's not your brother, man. The people around you, for some reason, you didn't have anybody that you can trust. And that's the scariest thing in life. You can have the most money in the world or making the most money in the world. You think his YouTube channel right now is not making money? Yeah, it's making money. Can he spend it? Can he do something with it? Can he go out there and make some new music? No, he can't do none of that anymore. Because these are the results that happen to people that go out there and harm people or do wicked things to people, and then trauma and karma catch up with them. It's crazy, bro. And do I think that for some reason is this whole Foolio beef over now? I don't know. Is he the main person they was after? I don't know. Because this is the same thing that was going on. Like, it makes no sense you get yourself to a place where you earn an opportunity and you just waste it, because instead of you having to take that money and invest in something, you're taking the money and investing, trying to get more guns and things like that. That's nonsense. Because, I mean, when you really think about it, ain't nobody out here the toughest. That lifestyle, it comes with a short life. Nobody want to sign up to something that say, if they could just tell you what that life comes with before you jump in the game, it'd be different. Like, oh, you might die at a certain age. You might have to, do time for somebody or do time for a crime that you didn't even do. And these are the rules you have to follow. Or you got beef with this. Oh, I know you never did nothing to them, or they never did nothing to you, but you got beef with them now because if you start breaking it down and seeing what things are for what it really is, you're like, what the hell is this? This is like the worst job ever. This don't even come with any benefits. What do I get out of this? Oh, when you get in trouble, we're going to have your back. What? Man, if you don't get that out of here, man, come on now. We're not building nothing. We're not trying to make nothing, not even a damn clubhouse. We ain't trying to own anything, but we just want to go out there and just push our strength and our wickedness upon the society. Nah, get out of here. Get them the hell out of here. Get them all out of here. There's too many good people out here getting hurt by y'all nonsense. And I'm not going to support none of that nonsense that y'all put out there, because I don't want karma hovering over my head. There's no way I'm going to support that nonsense. Are you kidding me? How many people want to keep supporting violence of their own culture? and got the nerve to say we got to come together. We can't come together if we don't trust each other, because if we come together, somebody might stab us in the back. And this is really a pisser. The one the my own black people that think that they too good for the rest of the black people, and now all these situations are hovering over their head, and now they want to come back and try to see what's going on. You should have seen what's going on in the first place. You was all the way over there until they followed you all the way to your mansion. Now they followed and creeped up, and something happened in your family, God forbid, and now you feeling like you one with the community. You wasn't one with the community, and he was taken from the community 2 months before. But now they probably break into your house or do something, God forbid, to your people. Now you feel like you need some help by the same people that you left and didn't care about. Come on now, you think people stupid in these times? People are not stupid. That's the reason why my clothing line is going up, because I support my supporters. A lot of these people just want to take from your wallet. When they know in these times is hard. They know people are on social media fronting, and they don't got the money that they say they do, but they still push it upon people to try to do things to get things that's not even worth it, and they lose themselves in between it. Come on. You think I'm gonna be an idiot and try to be like somebody or try to chase down somebody? Come on, I don't want to live that lifestyle. We see the results of that. Short-term relationships, looking like the next person, people changing their bodies, bad health, people sleeping with the same chicks. They can't commit to anything. Come on. What is the benefits? Look for the benefits after a while. Start checking out the benefits. Not the things you think is gonna happen. Come on now. Come on. You know how many families that this bad energy ruined already, and people are still hurting to this day, but still people get on the next day, and the next song they make up, they got talking about guns and everything in it. Well, that's where you end up, and that's the karma that will come back to you. It ain't my fault you don't know how to write better. People chasing so much money and they ain't got nothing to spend it on, because they know once they get in a high income area, the nonsense is they're going to get in trouble for whatever they've been doing, and they're going to be looked upon a certain way, and they're going to have eyes on them. And if they come to a low income area, all the people they talked about and bragged on, they're going to end up in violence and getting hurt. Look at Remy Ma's son. He could have avoided all of this. I'm pretty sure he could have avoided all of this by just taking his talents and doing what God put him on this earth to do, and he would have never ended up in this place. But it's just the streets and what people show people on social media, how you have to be and how a man's supposed to be this, and when something go down, you pick up a gun. But those are the people, they have short-term lives. They're not going to be here for long. No, the people that's going to be here long are the people that have ownership in things, because without them, those things don't grow. And when when people really start seeing themselves and start seeing value in themselves, you'll see the crime rate decrease. You'll see when people start respecting each other. Hip hop got to do better. I don't care how they try to dress it up and make it sound like, oh, it ain't this, it ain't that. It is that. It is that. You trying to tell me that y'all champion talent over money? That's a lie. Hip hop, they champion the hookup and the money. Most of those people there are not there because they were talented. Most of those people are there because they got the hookup. The ones that were talented exceeded, and the ones that were there for the hookup, they were there hustling with the money, man. Throwing the money back all around the place, man. You know how many people lost time in the strip clubs and doing this when they had time to make an album, something substantial where they can have some kind of placement and leeway with their fans? No, they chose to have fun with it. This is life you take seriously, man. That's the reason why there's nothing to stand on now. Yeah, you can see people just throwing a whole bunch of money in your face or investing in this and that, but those are other people's dreams. Those not your dreams, man. Deep down inside, all you guys wanted was the money, man. What's good, y'all? What's up, y'all? On a Monday, I'm trying to drop some jewels on y'all, man, because there's a lot of trickery and a lot of deception going on out here. So I just wanted to always keep people aware, man. This became like just a side, I would say like a side passion for me, just to keep people's eyes open to the nonsense and the buffoonery that's been going on, man. People out here making the wrong moves. People out here doing the wrong things. There's a revengeful, it's like a revenge energy in these times, and people don't get it. Once you do something to somebody, somebody's gonna do something to you. You don't really ever get the chance to do something to somebody and you just take off in the wind and be the champion. It doesn't work like that. No. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all check out this shop. I got some new t-shirts in there today too. I got some new drops in there. I got some really dope things in there that I want to show you guys that I might put on my Instagram page and do some new drops and show you guys on there. But I got a lot of new drops on there, man. Just keeping myself busy. That's what it's all about. It's not all of, everybody's chasing this number. It's not a number. Just go through your journey, man, and see what it brings to you. That's the surprises in everybody's journey that's always, you never could expect. Everybody's chasing, now I want to be a millionaire. Look at the millionaires now. Look at their lives. And tell me how you really think about it. Yeah, you might think their closet's full or a whole bunch of sneakers that they don't wear here and there. But at the end of the day, are they happy? Are they happy right now? Just because they bought a whole bunch of things and those covered up all the things that really mean. That's why you see a bunch of people, they cheating on here, cheating there, cheating here, because people want to show their first impression of their first self. The impression, you know, how you impress people with your first you know, your first outlook of yourself. But nobody wants to stick it out through the time and show people their flaws. Everybody wants to show people their perfect self for social media. But when their flaws come around, they run. You can't keep something substantial like that. You can't even, love doesn't work that way. And that's why in these times you'll see a shortage of people that really have relationships that can last out. Because they're not connected to that. They're not connected to that part. They only want the stuff for now. Like they want to see that girl in makeup all the time. They don't want to see that girl with their flaws. And that's the things that makes a relationship work. So it'll never last long. That's what's going on, y'all. Everything's fast. Even living, for some people. You got to make it to the age to understand that there's more to this. Think about it. There's got to be more to it. There's got to be more to this life we're living than just doing what you've seen the last person do or trying to do something better. There's got to be more. You got to start thinking. There's got to be things you can invent. There's got to be new things put in this on this earth to make it keep going. If you keep remixing and sampling and doing things that's done in the past, you'll never ever get anywhere. If you keep pulling your own people down, you'll never have a strong community to look back on and say, you know what, this is what we accomplished. No, you'll see people just breaking apart because I don't know, they don't trust each other to stick together. And there's many instances where people did it by themselves, and yeah, you could do it by yourself, but is it worth it? I don't know. Maybe for some people it is. But for me, helping people along the way and growing along the way, whether I make it to whatever destination I feel like it's supposed to be, I'm going to make it to wherever God wants me to be. That's what it's all about. And just knowing that every next step I make is going to make a better move or just make better placement for my brand. That's what it's all about. I'm not going to overthink it and say, oh, I want to have $10 million for what? I can tell you 10 different things I could with 10 million just like that. And most likely the people that could, it's probably all stupid material stuff. I mean, really stuff that could be substantial or change things around here. Not stuff that could just make things more shinier. That's that hip-hop stuff, man. You got to get off of that thinking off that lifestyle. It's good to use it as backdrop, but don't start thinking like these people, man, because it'll put you in a bad place. Be grateful for the things that you have and the life that you're living at this point in time, because you never know what tomorrow brings. So once you're here and breathing in this time, just make the best of it. Make the best of it. Because trust me, it'll suck to make $1 million today and pass tomorrow. You didn't get no chance to, spend any of it. That's how life works. Not to say that something bad is going to come ahead, but you just don't know. Gotta live with some kind of structure, man. Gotta live with some kind of structure. There's just so many things going on. Did y'all hear anything about the Diddy? I did. The Sean John fashion, they just dropped that whole lawsuit because things are starting to weigh down on them. And the reason why things are weighing down on Diddy is because a lot of it's the trust issue. It's not. It's way beyond. See, trust is so powerful that the people that control the world, as far as like the bankers and if there's no trust in that, the world it'll be out of place. So trust is one of the biggest things in this situation that we're seeing with Diddy. It's the fact that the people that he once did business with, or the people that he had stocks and shares and things like that involved with, they're starting to pull away from him because of that trust issue. Now, when it comes to Sean John, I'm just guessing here that it's probably some kind of deal like how he had with the Ciroc, where it was not all owned by him. And he was going this back and forth, and he just finally, because there's going to be so many different things that's going to be, this is going to be probably one of the biggest cases of hip hop of all time. So I'm pretty sure that him just holding back on it, that was probably a lawyer move that they told him to do. But hey, the last thing we heard, he's blanked out his page and everything. But I mean, maybe that's for his healing or trying to get some kind of healing. But there's still a point where you have to come to some kind of medium with what you did to people and try to correct your wrongs on that side before you just automatically say, "Oh, I'm healed. I'm here. I'm this. I'm that." Because when I feel like when it comes to entertainment, that path and that journey is over for him at this point. Anything can happen, but I just feel like that journey of the whole entertainment being on top of the world and having that whole bad boy, I think that part is over. Right now, we're dealing with the time people want to get to know you as a person, and the person that we've seen as of lately, nah, I don't think it's no good. It's no good, man. It's no good. More and more I hear more cases coming on. It just shows that every person that he's dealt with, and when just takes a few, maybe a couple weeks, a month, and he turns into somebody that they thought he wouldn't. So that's just a scary. That's going to be one of the biggest stories and scariest things in hip hop. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes people don't want to be involved in that whole thing. I try to in these times, as far as artists and things like that, I listen to artists separately, and the ones I like, I keep aside. But the ones that's doing the beefing, like this whole Foolio and things like that, it's just like, to me, it's just like emotion. It's like a scary movie. It's like a reality scary movie. Like something's gonna happen, and one of these days, one of these people in these groups are gonna end up in the news, and God forbid, and it never, the cycle never ends. The cycle never ends, man. We gotta do better. We just gotta do better, man. I can't tell you I know how long it's gonna take or what to do to make it, but it all starts with stopping what you do in a different mindset. I'll tell you that. Even if you gotta move away from where you're at and find yourself in a place where that those people are not around you, and you take a new look on life and you just go a different route, that's a way to, because out of sight, out of mind, and get out of these people's way, you can save your life and live a longer life than staying in the midst of that and staying in the middle of that whole trauma induced criminal activity. And you can live a longer life and do something with your life. You can actually be somebody, and don't jump into hip hop and rap, because rap puts you in the forefront when there's so many things you could do behind the scenes to make so much money, or make whatever you have to do, or make you happy. There's so many things you can do. It doesn't have to be necessarily music, because music, you have to be the forefront. And people are gonna see you again. In these times, it's not like you're not gonna see a person if you're on social media. So it's a whole mess, because if you have problems with somebody in social media, they probably could watch you every single day, depending on what type of person they are. What can I tell you? What can I tell you, man? In my lifetime, I always treated people right from just growing up, always treating people right, and just having that certain respect for people. Some people take that and they run with it, or some people they don't care about if you approach. Sometimes that people could be jealous of people that live life the right way. So I also got to look out for those type of people, the people that think that They feel like funny around people that's learning and have an education. Yeah, stay away from those people, because if you don't have an education, the type of decisions you will make, I wouldn't want to be involved with that anyway. So I'm cool on that too. So, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like I'm cool with that. Now, for the people that's trying to better their life, you could have came from like like the worst. I've seen people that had like the worst past, and they just changed their life around, and God blessed them with a new life. And they out here, and I listen to those people too, because you can also learn a lot from a person that's been through so much. So you just got to figure out who's changing their life and who wants to keep you stagnated or hurt in the same life. You see a person like numbing you, making you feel good about the wrongs you do, or good, they're trying to see light in the wrongs that's going on. You want to stay away from those people. You want to find the person that could see the wrongs in life and give you a drop of jewel about it and tell you, so you can learn something from it. Like, yo, I know they was beefing. Oh, this is why. This is why this happened. So I'm gonna avoid this, and I'm gonna avoid talking to this person like this, or being around these people, because yeah, you start learning. You start, you know, being street smart is gonna be one of the biggest. Like, the smarter that you are street smart, and you take education, those two together, now you become a person that you know how to direct and conduct your journey, your dreams. Nobody can stop you, because when they're trying to, you know how to navigate through. You know what? Oh, I'm not gonna. Oh, now I'm not even dealing with them. Oh, he wants to offer me money. I'm not taking that from him, because then I'm gonna have to deal with him. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is how it works. This is okay. I can invest money. I can get a loan out of here. Okay. You start learning things, and you start going about things. The person that does something, like, y'all remember in y'all ever seen that movie Bronx Tale, when the guy was, he was saying, how his friend owed him money and he never paid him back, and then the real OG, the boss man, he told him, like, you know what, don't worry about that guy paying you your money. He just bought your friendship, so let him go on with it, and you'll never see him again for that money that he owes you. So keep moving. And you got to take a look on life like that. If somebody does something to you where it's not detrimental to your family, and your family didn't get hurt, you didn't get hurt, you made it out of it, cross them out your life. Take them out so that won't happen to you again, because it's always a pattern. People going to keep doing wrong to you. They're going to keep taking advantage of you. Good people got to protect themselves. Good people, if you got a good heart out there, it's so easy for you to be manipulated by somebody that they want to harm you or trick you or scam you. So you got to be protecting of what the things you do. A lot of people out here living with hurt, y'all. Trust me. They trying to act like it's all about the money, but they already they got to the money, and they realized it wasn't all about the money. They still feel the hurt and the pain inside, or not getting the love that they want, or feel appreciated like they were supposed to feel, or they thought they would feel, and they just cover it up in money. It's just like covering your heart up with money, when you know in reality what you really want is nothing you could pay for. You can't tell somebody not to hurt you. You can't tell somebody how you can train somebody how to treat you, but it's up to them to really take heed in that and say, you know what, I'm gonna love on them and I'm not gonna hurt you. So you have to know who you're around. I just seen the other day, it was Drea Michelle. She was Drea, she walking with her boyfriend, and they have the baby. And I was just looking like, I just heard a story about her. I think it was from, oh, it was young Berg, and he was saying, like, he thought that she was doing a hand job with Diddy one day when he went in there, and I was just like, why do people mess with the same people? If you fall in love, there's nothing you can do with that. There's nothing you can do about that, falling in love. I'm not talking about those people. Some people find a connection with somebody else that they never thought, and they just fall in love. I'm not talking about that. You don't want to stop that. But I'm just talking about, you see a person out there that, they active, and now you find yourself with them. It's kind of like the industry's, yeah, man, yeah. So I don't know, man. You guys, I'm gonna be. I hope you guys check out my animation. I'm just gonna give you a little hint on it. I don't want to give it all up, but it's about a girl named Jasmine. And Jasmine, she's chased. Let's just say she chased a rapper. She chose her life to chase a rapper, thinking that it was gonna be something, that it turned into be something else. and everything went crazy. I don't. I'm just giving you a hint. And the animation is out right now. I did it last night. I put it up on 12, and it's up. So you guys go check it out. And I hope you guys enjoy that animation. So it's only I'm building them up as I go. It takes a little while, but that's the latest one. I know you guys enjoyed the last one. I see the numbers are going up slowly by slowly. So I put this one in there so you guys can have something to listen to or watch on your way to work or whatever you're doing, getting your hustle on, you know. So I don't know. I might jump on tomorrow. I don't know, because I do have a little bit of time, a little extras for tomorrow. So I might jump on tomorrow. But if I don't, I'll see you guys Wednesday. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Anybody out there have any questions about my brand, Inspired by Dreams? That's 3 Z's at the end. .shop if you want to go support the brand. I got a lot of drip up there for you guys. I love you guys. I don't know. If I missed anything, I'll probably bring it back tomorrow or Wednesday if I jump on. All right. Love you guys. Peace.